R&B diva Bernadette is up next. What's up, everybody? Welcome back over here to Peppy's Point of View, and I'm yours truly, Peppy. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. Let's dive right into it, shall we? Talking about R&B divas over here and my R&B divas book club. Thank you so much to Glenn Rushing out there, who just so happened to be looking at one of the videos, and he made a comment about the fact that I don't know which R&B divas have books out, and so he made a comment, divas with books, and he started to name the divas. And I thought about it. I was like, that's kind of catchy, divas with books. Can I use that? He says yes, and that's what I'm going to call the book club, divas with books. Don't y'all just love how things just kind of just flow and come together, you know? Yeah. So anywho, thank you guys so much. And yes, that's what we're going to call it. We're going to call it Divas with Books is the name of the book club. Love it so much. Thank you. Now, for the month of June, I read Joyce Cinderella Irby's book, R&B diva Joyce Cinderella Irby of Climax. She has a book out, so make sure that you go and check her book out. I got my book on Amazon. She's actually promoting the book on her page, her Facebook page. Yes, so if you go over there, if the book is available somewhere else, I'm sure she'll be more than happy to tell you exactly where you can get the book from. I'm here to tell you, somebody over there, if it's not her, someone is definitely responding to the comments and everything over there. She's definitely someone who's involved in her Facebook page, okay? So go over there and just let her know that you want a copy of the book and take it from there. How about that? I enjoyed the book a lot. So for the month of June, R&B diva Joyce Cinderella Irby. Okay. For the month of July, Faith Evans, Keep the Faith. Almost done. I just got a little bit more to read, just a smidge more to read. And then, of course, I'll be done with R&B Diva's book, Faith Evans, Keep the Faith. Superb. For the month of August, R&B diva Gladys Knight. I will read this book this month, Between Each Line of Pain and Glory by Gladys Knight. OMG. Yes, y'all, this to me is like the highlight of the show right now. I know I'm not taking anything away from anyone. I haven't read the book, don't know what it's about, but here's what I am excited about. I'm excited about just diving into Gladys Knight's catalog. Yes, I am a fan. Yes, I am a fan, but I am going to go and listen to her catalog, read the book. Everything is just going to be all about Gladys Knight. Oh my gosh. Whew. I don't know. I'm just so excited and thrilled about this one. Right? And it is what it is. I know I shouldn't have moved it. And also too, I wish now I would have got hardback copies of these books, but I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to purchase them again, but I'm going to get the hardback copies if they are available, if any are available, because I want to have them back here with the others, right? R&B diva. Yeah, Gladys Knight. Speaking of divas, I never thought about it, and I was like, shame on you, Peppy. But anyway, I wasn't thinking about the fact that you have some rap divas, right? Right there in front of me, and just never really thought about it until now. Rap diva Sister Soldier, The Coldest Winter Ever. Oh God, see, I know when I move one, I shouldn't move. Coldest Winter Ever. I've read this book. I've had this book forever. You know what? I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to share with you. I'm going to share my book collection. Oh, I never thought about that. My book collection. Okay, so The Coldest Winter Ever. I've had this book for years. I mean, years. All right, and this was a page turner. Oh my gosh, I couldn't put the book down. So yes, get The Coldest Winter Ever. I got mine, of course, at Barnes and Noble is where I got mine from. But anyway, make sure you check it out and read it. Okay, wonderful, wonderful book, wonderful read. Okay, and also too, I have Midnight by Sister Soldier as well. Love that book. I think the next video I'm going to show you guys my book collection. All right. Yeah, I think so. So let's skip all this. I know we want to talk about Bernadettecooper. I know. Let's just dive right into it. Okay. I'll talk about the other books later. I know you guys. Just bear with me. I got all of this going off and I just talked about Gladys Knight. I just have to focus. Whew. All right, you guys ready? I listened to Bernadettecooper's album last week. And I tried listening to it and distracted. So I was like, okay, I'm not going to give it all I got. So let me, set it to the side. Then I went back to it and I started listening to it. And you guys, I tell you, the music industry is a strange business, isn't it? It's strange. Is it timing? Is it the right people? The right record company? Is it the right song? Is it like, what is it? And then sometimes when you have all of it, it still just seems to not click. For example, I know we're talking about Bernadette, but I'll give you a prime example. Let's talk about Jennifer Holliday. There Jennifer Holliday is. She's on Arista Records with Clive Davis in 1990. No, 1990. Well, she was there, of course, in 1990, but she releases the record, I'm on Your Side, in 1991. Jennifer Holliday with Clive Davis. That album should have just really set her on the map. Like, of course, it should have been a #1 hit song, #1 hit album. Forget gold, it at least should have gone platinum, right? And yet, it didn't click. Now, some people would speculate that it was because, at the time, they had a lot of things going on over there. Clive Davis was, not to make this about Clive Davis at all, but I think, who was it? Was it Milli Vanilli? Didn't he have all of that stuff going on at the time? And then working with Whitney Houston, releasing the album I'm Your Baby Tonight. And it just seemed like nothing with Clive at this time was just really clicking for him, like in 1990 or 1991, so on and so forth. So something just was going on that year. It just didn't click. All right. And yes, I think they were on Arista Records. Okay. And that was in 1989. So it just looked like maybe it wasn't just the right timing for Clive, and it probably wasn't the right timing for anything that he touched and anyone over there on Arista Records during that time. And maybe it just didn't click the way it should have. Lisa Fisher, I've talked about. And Lisa Fisher, what did she say? She said something about the record company was like, well, what do we do with you? This is after How Can I Ease the Pain. Do you understand where I'm going with this? So, listening to Bernadette's album, and maybe the public just didn't appreciate her. Well, what do you mean maybe the public didn't appreciate her? You know how we have a tendency to say that we're ahead of an artist is ahead of their time? And one would probably say, well, Bernadette, she is ahead of her time. And when you hit the surface of it, that's almost true. But then when you think about it, well, no, not think about it, but when you intentionally listen to the album, when you intentionally kind of look at what she's offering and what she's all about during this time, and you look at those who are before her, you look at those who are right there with her, and then you would have to say to yourself, then Bernadette is right on time. Well, what do you mean Bernadette is right on time? Listening to this album, the way I'm going to explain this, some people probably say, hey, you are minimizing her as an artist. If you put her in the category with these artists that I'm about to put them in. But I say this respectfully, I really do say this. But I couldn't quite figure out who Bernadette Cooper was, or I should say is, as an artist. And that's why I think the audience also felt her, as well as, you know, some record executives. Here's where I'm going. When I listened to Bernadette Cooper's album, the 1990 album of Drama According to Bernadette, I get that she is she's the signature grand diva. She's grand diva, right? She's over the top. Yes, she's vain. You know what I mean? Yes, it's all about her, so to speak. I look good, and I know I'm looking good. She's that. And that is working for her in Climax, isn't it? Yeah, that's what we've come to love about her in Climax. Then we look at her contemporaries, right? We look at Morris Day and the Time. Morris Day having success with the Time, right? So Morris Day and the Time, they're having success. Climax is having success as well. You know, Bernadette with Climax is having success as well. I can't quite figure out who sounds like Climax. Is it Midnight Star? Is that who that is? Can we put Climax in the same sound, I'm saying, as Climax? Can we put Climax in the same sound as Morris Day and the Time? Can we do that? I know there's no other girl band that I could think of at the time, especially an African-American girl band, but I do think about the Go-Go's. And that's the only group that I can think of, and even that is kind of like, you know, kind of pushing it a tad. But she's having success in this group. But then she breaks out. She branches out as a solo artist. I'm going somewhere. Like I said, this is a slow build because I'm going to talk about the album. But there you have Bernadette now the solo artist. And Bernadette, the solo artist, and I have to say this, and if Bernadette watches this, I don't know. Maybe she's never thought about it this way. But Bernadette, the artist, the only thing that I can think of or compare Bernadette, the artist, to, and compare it with Climax, would be Bernadette. Do you see where I'm going with this? It's Bernadette. That's the similarities. That's all there is. You have Bernadette and Climax, and then you have Bernadette, the solo artist. And when I listen to her drama according to Bernadette's album, it's not the same. So maybe that was also where we kind of failed. Well, what do you mean failed? For it to connect. Because as I said, the business is a strange business. So then when I look at Bernadette, the solo artist, here we go. And I listen to her music, and I listen to it intentionally. Then I say to myself, I'm saying, vanity? Think about it. I know you're probably saying, Bernadette and vanity? Listen to the album. I'm like, this is vanity. I'm like, this is like Apollonia. I'm saying this is like Prince. This is the time. This is Morris Day. Right? This is the group of artists that Bernadette to me kind of fits with. And I know some of you out there, if you have listened all the way up to here, then you would probably beg to differ and say, no, you are downplaying Bernadette's talent because Vanity is not much of a singer. Apollonia is not much of a singer. Some people don't think Prince can really sing. So why put her in that category? Well, I'm placing her in that category because as I listen to the album, that's what I'm getting out of her sound. You see, because can't you see Bernadette singing Nasty Girl? I ain't gonna say that other word, but I'm gonna say, how about the Shooter song, the Love? Yeah, the Apollonia 6 song. I can see Bernadette with the Mary Jane Girls as far as the sound is concerned, the style is concerned. And could it be that what she's offering us in 1990 is something that has just started to phase out as well? But it's great. You see, it's good. And so what we have here is a great album, but it's not going to get the attention that it deserves because Louis Salas Jr. is about to be, you know, will no longer be at MCA Records, who is responsible for a lot of acts over there on MCA Records as far as getting the attention their projects, you know, deserve to get, where he's no longer there. So when they do release the album, that date is pushed up, it's pushed back, it's pushed sideways, so on and so forth, until, you know, it kind of gets lost in the shuffle and then just fizzles out. And if you were a person such as myself, watching television all the time, you know, in you know, the videos, then you probably go like, oh, Bernadette has an album out. Because I know she has an album out because I see the video. I look good and I liked it. As I said, the industry is just really strange, isn't it? It really is. You know, or you know, I guess they say time in all of these things. And then the person who's responsible for your project in all of the bells and whistles, when that person is longer there, and there's no one to give it their attention or understand what you was trying to do. Wow. Well, I think I'm at a good stopping point because now I want to talk about the album, but I'm not going to talk about the album right now because I want to keep the videos, as you know, down to 30 minutes. So I'm just going to do another video. Wow. Yeah. Great stopping point. Yeah. So here we are, we are at the point where Bernadettecooper has finished the album. It's released. And so, you know, I don't know what else to say. I'm sorry I saw a comment. It just kind of got me sidetracked. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. And if you made it this far, then I know it's appropriate for me to say, hang out with me, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, leave comments. I really am interested in knowing what you guys have to say out there. I promise you I am. But anyway, and also remember, whenever I leave my mother's presence, that she says, baby, I love you, but God loves you best. Don't forget to put you behind where your heart desires to be. And I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next video. Until then, you guys take care of yourself and stick around. We have part 2 of this coming right up.